video is all about posture. We're going to be doing some exercises that are really good to mobilize and strengthen all the muscles that you need for good posture. So looking specifically, I guess, at sitting and sitting a lot with when we're in work and things like that, or maybe kids and their devices. So looking at what muscles are actually getting tight and restricted because of those postures and what muscles are actually getting weak. So if you want to come down to the mat with me. So the first thing we're going to do, I just want you to bring one knee to your chest. The other leg is going nice and long. So we're just going to stretch off our hamstrings first of all, because our hamstrings get quite tight when we're sitting a lot. So as you keep the thigh to your chest, you're just going to start bending and straightening the knee, just to sort of say hello to the hamstring first of all. And then we're just going to pause at the top. Can you straighten your knee fully? You might not be able to. My knee is not fully straight. So however far you can straighten that knee. And then we're just going to reach up and see if we can bring that leg a little bit closer towards us. But don't worry if your knee isn't completely straight. I just want you to feel a stretch on the back of your thigh. Let's swap over. So bring the other leg up. So nice and long with the opposite leg. And we're just going to start going up and down with the knee. Just feeling that stretch at the back of the hamstring. So back of your thigh, you should be feeling this. If you're feeling a lot in your calf as well, just keep your foot relaxed rather than your foot flexed. If your foot is flexed like that, you really feel the calf muscle as well. So then just hold it in the air if you can. Try to straighten that knee as much as you can. And then maybe reach up and try and bring it towards your head to feel that stretch through the back of the leg. And then bring that back down. If you widen your feet onto the mat and just allow your knees to fall to one side and then come up and fall to the other side. So we're just going to windscreen wiper our legs. We're just going to get a little bit of length through the front of our thigh, through our hip. So we're gently mobilizing from one side to the other. And then if you bring your feet together and allow both your knees to fall over to one side. So just going to give yourself a spinal twist there. Now to make that stretch a little bit more effective, if we bring our arms into a cactus arm position, and you can open up your chest and just allow your knees to fall to one side. Using your tummy muscles, bring yourself back in and then allow your knees to fall to the opposite side. So knees and feet are together and you can maintain that cactus arm position with your shoulders. If that feels too uncomfortable, bring it back down. And then bring that back up. Now what I'd like you to do with your arms is that cactus arm position is really good for opening up the chest. So what you can do is maybe see if you can get your the back of your forearm onto the floor on both sides. Now I had a frozen shoulder on this side, so my hand doesn't go all the way back because of my frozen shoulder. But the aim is that the whole of the back of the arm is actually in contact. And then you can reach up towards above your head. Okay, so almost like you're touching your fingertips together. So reach up and then come back down. So you just slide in your arms up and down. Keep your knees bent and also try and keep your core engaged if you can. So when you're engaging your core, you're not allowing your back to arch. You're having that slight engagement through the abdominal muscles to almost sort of flatten your back a little bit onto the mat. As you then just slide your arms up and down. And then I just want you to flip one arm into the opposite position. So you're bringing one hand down and the other arm is still in that cactus arm position, and then you're alternating. So you go in from one to the other. So you're trying to maintain the shoulder blades and keeping the chest down as you just move from the shoulder. So you don't want to feel like you're elevating through the shoulders and that you're coming up and off the mat, that you're actually in contact as you do that. And we're just alternating one and then the other. Okay, pop your arms by your side. So now we want to get a little bit more of an abdominal engagement to try and stimulate like the abdominal muscles and the core muscles. So around this center is where, obviously that's what holds us upright. So we want to be strong in those muscles. Tuck your pelvis underneath you. So you want to tilt your pelvis into that kind of posterior tilt. So feel like you're squeezing your glutes and engaging the core. Keep the rib cage down, and I just want you to put your hands onto your thighs. Chin is tucking into chest, and you're just reaching up here. So with that reach, you're aiming towards the knees. It doesn't matter how far up your thighs you get, but you want to feel like you're squeezing your abdominals and you're keeping your back flat and keeping the tuck of the tailbone. You also don't want your neck to be here. Keep your chin in so that you're using these muscles in your neck. And then when you come down, unravel yourself slowly. So you're slowly lowering yourself using your muscles, not using gravity, okay? So we could just do this, but that's not really achieving anything. So let's go again. So your legs are in alignment, you're getting the tuck of your pelvis, keep the rib cage down so you're really feeling the squeeze of your abdominals. Chin is coming into the chest, and then you're reaching up, and we're just pausing here. And then slowly unravel yourself. Good, we're going to do 3 more. Chin to chest, get the tuck, lift up. Slowly down. And again, get the tuck, lift up through the thighs. Make sure you're tucking your tailbone, keeping your rib cage down, chin is to chest. Slowly down. And let's just try one more. Chin to chest, lift up, feel the squeeze here. So you should feel all your abdominal muscles and your neck, deep neck flexors there, working just to lift you up. And then slowly bring yourself back down. Okay, if you can now go on to your front. And just see, first of all, how does it feel in a Sphinx pose? So on your forearms, creating that arch of your back. How does that feel? So you may get a little bit of discomfort in your lower back if you've got quite a bit of stiffness. So I would either stay here or even come down a little bit if it's too uncomfortable. If you can push up further into a fully extended position, then you just want to try and get that straight arm, arching your back, looking up, and then bring yourself back down. Let's do 2 more of these. So we're coming up, we're arching. Coming back down. Nice and slow, engage everything. Make sure you're in control of this. and go up as far as you can. But just trying to go up a bit further each time. And then come back down. Okay, so now if you can bring yourself up into a lunge position. So you're bringing your one leg in front of the other. And what you're trying to do here, you want to make sure that your pelvis is in a neutral position. So you don't want to have your pelvis twisted where your pelvic bones here are actually pointing in a different direction. They want to be pointing forwards. So feel like you're tucking your tailbone underneath you to feel like your glutes are engaged. And then you're just pushing forwards there with your pelvis, but your pelvic bones are pointing forwards. And you're just pushing forwards there, just to feel the stretch all through that front of the thigh there. So keep the glutes engaged. Now, if that feels comfortable here and you want to take it into a deeper stretch, you can just pop your forearm onto that front leg, onto the front thigh, and reach up and over on that same side. So you're really stretching that side part of your body and the sort of hip flexors as well. So just see if you can do that on the other side. So again, just coming forwards there. So keep the tuck of your tailbone as you come forwards. Don't let your pelvis twist in any way. So make sure your pelvis is pointing forwards. You're on your knee and you're just stretching that front part of your thigh. If it feels comfortable, pop your forearm onto your thigh and reach up and over with the other side. Nice deep stretch through the hip flexors, and then bring yourself back out. So we're just going to go into a sitting position now and do a nice little twist for the thoracic spine. So if you bend one knee up to your chest, and I want you to cross it over the leg, okay? You're going to use your opposite hand to that knee. So coming round to the outer part of the knee, give that a little bit of a hug. Now reach round with the opposite hand and you're trying to rotate behind. So you're hugging this knee with that hand. So you're really sort of fixing yourself there as you try and twist behind and look behind you. And then do the same on the other side. So swap over, knee comes towards your chest, then you're crossing it over that leg. Use the opposite hand to hug, and you're reaching round to look behind you, feeling that stretch through the thoracic spine. And then come back. And then if we just finish off with stretching off our neck and our upper traps because they get quite tight. So I want you to tilt your head to the side. So to one side, bring your hand up and over. Now, if you're feeling a stretch here already, then that's enough. If you feel like maybe your shoulders elevating as well, you might want to put your hand behind your back just to fix your shoulder to get more of a stretch through the upper traps. So try and make sure that your head is just tilting sideways, that you're not actually sort of moving the head or bringing the chin up. You're actually keeping your head in neutral and then just flipping it to the side. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. So tilting your head, you're bringing your hand up and over and just gently pushing down. Now, if that is enough of a stretch, that's fine. Or you can pop your hand behind your back or even sit on it. If you wanted to, you could put sit on your hand just to fix the shoulder and tilt your head sideways. And you're just having a little bit of pressure through your hand as you tilt. and then come back up. And it's always good throughout the day, if you can do some shoulder rolls, if you maybe sat at the desk and you're able just to roll your shoulders or even move your neck up and down and sort of side to side, just so that you're getting some mobility. So those kind of exercises can be done as you're sat there. But perhaps the exercises that I've just done now on the mat, there's something you could introduce either at the end of the day to counteract those sitting postures, or maybe in your lunch break. But give them a go and see how you get on.